Ladies and gentlemen, there is something which Rigathi Gachagua said today about Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino. And I want you guys to listen to me very closely. If Rigathi Gachagua will stick by that, then I can assure you, Rigathi Gachagua will sweep Nairobi and the united opposition will defeat William Ruto.
Edwin Sifuna, I want to tell you, my brother, you are a good leader. Ukifukuzwa na William Ruto, you are welcome to DCP. Sifuna akuje asikuje. Sifuna is a great senator in Nairobi. And I have no problem with the DCP supporting Sifuna to be the senator of Nairobi.
The other fact which we can't run away from is the fact that Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna are probably the most popular political leaders in ODM party after the death of Raila Amolo Odinga. So bringing together and promising to support them, if you were to keep his word, he's going to succeed.
Sasa tumesikia William Ruto amesema akinunua ODM hataki Sifuna, atamfukuza. Edwin Sifuna, I want to tell you, my brother, you are a good leader. Ukifukuzwa na William Ruto, you are welcome to DCP. Sifuna akuje asikuje. Sifuna is a great senator in Nairobi. And I have no problem with the DCP supporting Sifuna to be the senator of Nairobi. We have no problem. Si ndio? William Ruto amesema hata huyu Babu Owino akinunua ODM akwe. Babu Owino ukifukuza na William Ruto, this is your home. Kuja nyumbani. Si ndio? And DCP is a party for Kenyans, patriots. Great leaders like Sifuna has space hapa. And if you feel uncomfortable in DCP, Babu and Sifuna, come to Wiper, our partner, no problem. But nyinyi watu ya ODM mkifuata William Ruto hapa Nairobi, hakuna hata kiti hata moja mtapata, because kura ya William Ruto ni 24,000. Iko inakona hapa Lang'ata. Sasa nyinyi mnajua Kalonzo ndio amekuwa akisaidia nyinyi. Sasa mnafuata Ruto. Ruto hana chochote Nairobi. Lang'ata tutashinda. Yeah.
But remember, I've always opined on this platform that in politics we have only two constants: the interest and the betrayal. The question which I want to ask you guys is the political interest of Babu Owino, is the political interest of Edwin Sifuna converging with those of Rigathi Gachagua? If I were to answer that question, personally, I strongly believe that their political interests are actually converging. Why? Rigathi Gachagua has the mountain. For example, Babu Owino wants to become the governor for Nairobi. If you were to get the support from Rigathi Gachagua, he will have the support of the mountain guaranteed. And because he's also very popular amongst ODM supporters, he will also get their support. That way, nothing will stop Babu Owino from becoming the governor for Nairobi. Because as long as Babu Owino will leave ODM party and fail to secure the support of Rigathi, there is no way he can become the governor. What about Edwin Sifuna? The interest of What about Edwin Sifuna? The interest of Edwin Sifuna and those of Rigathi Gachagua are also converging at some point. Rigathi Gachagua fell out with William Ruto. Sifuna has made it very clear that he cannot support William Ruto. Which means, if today Rigathi were to say, okay, I'm not working with Sifuna, what's going to happen is that Sifuna will still not work with Ruto. But because the enemy of your enemy becomes your friend, Sifuna and Rigathi politically must become friends. In this video, I want us to analyze why Rigathi Gachagua made that statement. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always told you that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve certain political objectives. There is no way Rigathi Gachagua can just call for a press conference and make the kind of statements he made today, particularly on the issue of Sifuna and Babu Owino. What motivated him? Number one, I'm 100% convinced that Rigathi Gachagua addressed the nation and came up with the issue of Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna as part of his strategy of dealing with the backlash of his yesterday's statement. Rigathi Gachagua committed a very big political blunder the other day. Rigathi Gachagua made it very clear that for him and Kalonzo, they've agreed that they're going to sweep Nairobi clean. That DCP was going to take the governor, the Senate, and the women rep. He also went further and stated that out of the 17 MPs, they've identified 16 for DCP and is leaving Kalonzo with 1. Most Kenyans really hit at Gashagua and considered that a huge political blunder. Because, for example, even if you leave Babu Owino and Sifuna out, where do you place Natembeya? Where do you place Eugene Wamalwa and the Luhya Nation, who are part of the united opposition? So I think he had to come back to his senses. Because in Nairobi, we have very strong candidate for the governor, who is Babu. Edwin Sifuna is one of the most progressive senators in the Republic of Kenya today. So which means he was trying to lock them out. By now saying, okay, Sifuna, I'm willing to back you. Babu, we are willing to back you. Even if you are not comfortable with my party, join Wiper. So that Wiper can front you as the presidential, as their gubernatorial candidate, then we can support you. It was a strategy to deal with the backlash of the weekend statement. Number two, the winning formation. I think Rigathi Gachagua talked a lot, and maybe his strategist invited him for a meeting, and they pulled for him a pen and a paper and pumped some senses into him that there is no way the Kikuyu nation and the Kamba nation alone can become the president of the Republic of Kenya, because the Kikuyu nation voted for William Ruto in the last election to the last man. The Kalenjin nation voted for William Ruto to the last man. You can't compare the population of the Kikuyus and Kalenjins and those of the Kikuyus and Kambas. You can't. So some senses were pumped into him that for us to succeed, we need everybody. And that's where now Sifuna comes in, and that's where Babu comes in. Because if Babu and Sifuna were to be part of this team, tell me how that dynamic duo will be defeated in Nairobi and with the brand of politics Rigathi Gachagua is playing. In fact, if Rigathi were to support those two, this idea of Rigathi being a tribalist will be swept under the carpet. So that's number two. Number three, it's about the formula for Nairobi. Can the united opposition win in Nairobi? Can the mountain sweep every seat in Nairobi? It can't work. So which means they have to bring Babu Owino, they'll have to bring Sifuna, and probably other constituencies they'll have to, like for example, Madare. I heard him talk about Madare. For example, in Madare, he can agree, okay, let us have a Luo collaborating with a mountain, even if that Luo will be from the DCP. So the winning formation and formula was going to be lost. So he had to be called back for some briefing, and that's why this happened. Number four, the national appeal. Rigathi Gachagua has actually emerged as one of the biggest tribalists He's been given that name. He has been branded like that. And every time he opens his mouth, he confirms it. But I think now there is need for him to create that national image. Everything is not only about Mount Kenya like that. So I think he must have been advised that, for us as a party to appear as if you are a national party, because most of our political parties are tribal, then you must bring Edwin Sifuna is not happy in ODM party. Babu Owino is not happy in ODM party. Bring them. Once you bring them, then that national appeal is going to be there. Nobody will attack Rigathi Gachagua for working only with the Kikuyus. And lastly, Babu Owino and Sifuna, just like I was saying, are the most popular. Any serious political player would want them in their camp. I think that is what Rigathi Gachagua is currently doing. Trying to persuade Babu Owino to his side. Because let me ask you, if Ruto were to convince Sifuna and Babu today to be on his side, do you think that will not have any impact in the political scene? As you ponder, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.